Hello everyone, I welcome you all on this YouTube channel UPSClogy, and today I am going to start this new initiative called PubEdpedia Elgar. PubEdpedia Elgar is something in which we are going to cover the previous year questions of public administration optional for your UPSC Civil Services examination. This series is going to be presented by me, Rahul, and in this specific series we are going to cover the previous year questions of public administration optional right from 2013 till 2020, and this is going to help you in your preparation of the public administration. And apart from that, we are going to cover this series in the topic wise manner. So as you can see, today we are going to cover the topic called public sector undertakings for the as you know that this is the syllabus portion. So this is one of the topic where limited content is there. What you have to understand is to remember those basic nitty-gritties, and UPSC will ask the question from the predicted areas. Okay, so that's why I am starting from here itself, and in the upcoming days you will get the videos with respect to the other units as well. And we are going to start with paper 2, because in paper 1 things are quite you can say they are quite simple and theoretical, but in paper 2 you have to link the things with the thinkers and other aspects. So that's why I am starting with paper 2 itself. Okay, so we are going to cover the questions, and the approach is intro, body, conclusion. We are going to cover this format in the questions. We are going to impose this thing, and we are going to link as well. As you know about this thing that I am covering the linking pin series on the channel itself. तो वहाँ पे क्या होता है that there is a kind of linking. Okay, let's say innovation. So how can you link innovation with different thinkers? How can you link performance appraisal with thinkers? How can you link financial administration with thinkers and theories of PubEd? So things are like this, and this is something that that basically by which people or the aspirants community knows me. Okay, so from this perspective the people know about me. So let's get started without wasting a bit of time. You can also join the Telegram group PubEdpedia official for the PDF and all. Okay, so let's get started. 2019 question number 1 on your computer screen. Public sector undertakings were expected to take the Indian economy to commanding heights. Instead of successive government have been pushing for the disinvestment. Critically examine how the scenario has changed over the years. UPSC had asked this question in the 2019. Okay, so basically what you have to understand in this specific question that okay, so public sector undertakings were expected to take the Indian economy to commanding heights. Commanding height is the keyword. You have to underline this keyword. Okay, that okay, commanding height is something जो आपका focus होना चाहिए. Instead of successive government, or successive government are have pushed for this disinvestment. Okay, so this is the second thing. First part of the question is talking about the commanding heights. Second part of the body will talk about the successive government has pursuing this idea of disinvestment, and then you have to critically examine the scenario has changed over the years, how the scenario have changed from the idea of commanding heights to the idea of disinvestment. You have to analyze this thing. Okay, so insofar as the introduction is concerned, what you can do is you can simply talk about public sector undertaking. So now you have two options. Either you can simply give this definition of public sector undertaking, that public sector undertakings are the industrial and commercial organization owned, managed and controlled, OMC not OMG, owned, managed and controlled by the government, and they are used for the production of goods and services. This is a simple generic definition of public sector undertaking that you can use in this question insofar as the introduction is concerned. The second way to start the introduction is to use some kind of keywords or some kind of phrases or some kind of a punch. Okay, so this is called as the punch line. So कुछ punch line भी use कर सकते हो. एक तो generic तरीका है where you are you have this definition of the keyword. The second thing is कुछ पंच लाइन यहाँ पे डाल दो. Punchline basically means that let's say commanding height is the keyword. So from the perspective of commanding height, you can say that Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, he used to say that public sector undertakings are the temple of modern India. So you can use this thing, and at that point of time when he used to say that public sector undertakings are the temple of the modern India, so he was expecting that these PSUs will bring the kind they will bring the kind of development, and the economy, the Indian economy will move on to the commanding heights. Okay, so in this way, this temple of modern India is the buzzword that you can use insofar as the introduction of this question is concerned. I hope you are getting. Apart from that, insofar as the body is concerned, you have to divide the body in two parts. The first part you will talk about the commanding height, means Indian economy को वो जो commanding height पे ले जाने के लिए जो expectation थी, तो वो expectation क्यों थी, उस expectation को थोड़ा सा analyze करना है, elaborate करना है. So you can give the first subheading over here, and then you can talk about this thing कि expected outcome क्या थे commanding heights तक ले जाने के लिए. So GDP में contribute करता है. The first point you can say that it contributes to the GDP. It will contribute to the it was expected कि वो contribute करेगा insofar as the infrastructure and investment is concerned. Okay, investment is the key driver as per the economic survey, if you know about it. Okay, the previous economic survey. So you can talk about that. Apart from that, other expectation was employment generation. Other expectation was growth in the GDP, and then we have the boosting of infrastructure is also there, and things are correlated. Okay, apart from that, poverty reduction, poverty removal, eradication, you can say like this. Apart from that, you can say the another expectation was the reduction of inclusive development, reduction of inequality. If you have followed my previous video on financial administration second ARC summary, in that I told you this thing that public sector undertakings have this idea of inclusive development. ठीक है, so that thing is also there. So you can talk like this. So these were the, you can say, kind of these were the expectation. Okay, but at the same time, successive government, the second subheading that you have to talk about is the successive government and how they are pursuing the disinvestment. Okay, so successive government and disinvestment, so you can give the simple picture of disinvestment. Okay, either you can go government wise, let's say you can start from this Nehruvian era, and then you can say in Nehruvian era there was the socialist economy, so disinvestment was not there. Public sector undertakings were considered as a temple of modern India. Okay, then you will find this another era, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi. So you can talk from that perspective, because that is one dimension. Apart from that, what you can say is you can draw a diagram or something like that, in which you can write the major committees or something like that. Okay, for example, first of all we have this industrial policy revolution. सबसे पहले industrial policy revolution आया था 1950s के टाइम पे शुरुआत हो चुकी थी उसकी, जो इंडस्ट्रियल पॉलिसी रिवॉल्यूशन था, बिल्कुल स्टार्टिंग में ही 1948 1956 की वो बात है. दूसरे नंबर पे यू कैन से अर्जुन सेन गुप्ता कमेटी. सो अर्जुन सेन गुप्ता कमेटी जो है वो पिक्चर में आई थी 1988 में. ये दूसरा पॉइंट हो गया. तीसरा पॉइंट, अर्जुन सेन गुप्ता कमेटी, इट वाज टॉकिंग बेसिकली अबाउट द MOUs फॉर द ऑटोनॉमी. ओके, मेमोरेंडम ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग. और भी काफ़ी रिकमेंडेशन थी, बट इट वाज द मेजर कमेटी. देन यू कैन टॉक अबाउट न्यू इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी of 1991. So there you will find the idea of liberalization, privatization and globalization. Okay, and after new economic policy, if you go further, you will find this idea of Subramaniam committee. Subramaniam committee was formed, and it was talking about the disinvestment. Apart from that, you can also mention Rungta panel, RUNGTA, Rungta panel of 2011. So it talks about the need of fourth paradigm in the public sector undertakings, and other aspects of MOUs etc. were also being discussed. So you can use that thing, and apart from that, you can then move on to the DPUM. department of this investment and public asset management, which is a separate department in the Ministry of Finance for the disinvestment perspective. And then you can move further towards the idea of strategic disinvestment policy that was announced recently under Atmanirbhar Bharat. So in this way you can talk about the things like in industrial policy revolution 1948-56, followed by Arjun Sen Gupta, then 1991 you have new economic policy, then you have this idea of the Subramaniam Swamy committee, then you will find this Rungta panel, then you find this Deepam, and then you can ultimately reach to the strategic disinvestment, the recently announced policy of the government of India, in which they are going to leave some 4 PSUs in the strategic sector, and in the non-strategic sector they are going to privatize everything. Okay, so this is the policy, the strategic policy. You can use this thing as well, that how things are changing. And then as critically examine is given, so how the scenario has changed over the years, you have talked about this thing, but as critically examine is given, so you can basically tell about the importance of this critical means this PSUs. Okay, so you have to appraise that thing as well. Appraisal is also required because critically examine is there. पूरा negative नहीं है कि अब ऐसा नहीं हुआ वैसा नहीं हुआ. So ultimately you can say that they were expected and now they are means today they are working in that field. Okay, for example you can talk about different dimensions. Okay, so you can talk about at the end of the body, you can critically examine. How can you critically examine? You can talk about the basic rural development that is being done by these bodies, PSUs. Okay, you can say basic facilities of infrastructure. जैसे for example in telecommunication BSNL was the major player. Okay, it is in the stress, but you can just imagine the previous decade or something like that. Okay, apart from that you will find the importance of public sector banks. Okay, they are in the rural development. Similarly in the current context you can say that in the welfare and developmental scheme also PSUs are important. Okay, for example we have Energy Efficiency Service Limited. Energy Efficiency Service Limited is the joint venture of NTPC, means National Thermal Power Corporation, which is a Maharatna. Apart from that, apart from NTPC, it has the kind of other bodies like Power Grid Corporation and Rural Electrification Corporation of India. So different bodies are there. Power Grid is there. So different bodies are there. So EESL, it is ultimately means it is a joint venture of PSUs. So and this EESL is important because it is basically involved in Ujala scheme. In Ujala there is a kind of LED bulb distribution. Similarly SLNP is there, street lightning project. Similarly in science and tech it is working in the super efficient air conditioner. Okay, so basically you can say like this that commanding heights जो expectation थी, we cannot say कि उन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया और बिल्कुल ही privatization is the key. So in this way you will be able to critically examine the statement and then you can conclude accordingly. Okay, तो conclude आराम से इसको कर सकते हो that ultimately on a positive manner you can say कि यहाँ पे जो भी privatization और जो हो रहा है, so ultimately you can conclude like this कि ये वाले जो point हैं इनको basis पे आप कह सकते हैं, you can talk like this that disinvestment is something that is required in the sectors, in the PSUs which are inefficient. तो इनएफिशिएंसी के जो क्राइटेरियाज होते हैं लाइक एक यहाँ पे अलग अलग क्राइटेरिया जो परफॉर्मेंस एंड एफिशिएंसी की जब हम बात करते हैं तो क्राइटेरियाज होते हैं, तो वो चीज़ है कि अगर कमी है कोई यहाँ पे तो उसको एनालाइज करने की ज़रूरत है एंड एट द सेम टाइम मीन्स ऐसा आंख बंद करके प्राइवेटाइजेशन इज़ नॉट द सॉल्यूशन. यू कैन से लाइक दिस एज वेल बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली पीटर ड्रकर ऑल्सो सेड दिस थिंग. पीटर ड्रकर हु वॉज द प्रोपाउंडर ऑफ दिस आइडिया ऑफ डिसइन्वेस्टमेंट, इवन ही यूज्ड टू से दैट एम्पुटेशन विदाउट डायग्नोसिस if you are doing a kind of surgery without diagnosing the problem, then it will be disastrous. So even though he was talking about the privatization, but at the same time उन्होंने भी ये बोल दिया था that ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, है ना. Similarly, in if we are talking about privatization from the perspective of new public management, we have the post NPM era as well, where we talk about the new public governance. New public governance वहाँ पे भी हम बात करते हैं. You can link like this thing as well. तो conclude करते टाइम ये चीज़ भी लिख सकते हो that वो जो NPM के era के नाम पे हम privatization वगैरह करते हैं, उसके अपोजिट में वी हैव न्यू पब्लिक गवर्नेंस, जहाँ पे कोलैबोरेटिव चीज़ें हैं. तो कोलैबोरेटिव पर्सपेक्टिव से हमें आगे बढ़ना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं कि बिल्कुल पब्लिक को हटा के प्राइवेट को ले आए. दिस शुड नॉट बी लाइक द चेंज, द ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम पब्लिक सेक्टर टू प्राइवेट सेक्टर. रादर देयर शुड बी द कोलैबोरेशन. वो जो न्यू पब्लिक गवर्नेंस या कोलैबोरेटिव गवर्नेंस का कॉन्सेप्ट है, वेयर यू विल गेट द स्टेट, सिविल सोसाइटीज, NGOs एंड अदर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इन द ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट, इन द ओवरऑल गवर्नेंस. Governance is nothing but the collectively solving of the problems. So that thing you can incorporate in the conclusion. I hope you are getting the analysis of this specific question. Okay, now let's move on to the next question of the day. So the next question is 2018 में ये क्वेश्चन आया था. द मार्केट ड्रिवन profitability concern have shaken the foundation of public sector undertaking. Do you agree? Okay, so the question is talking about the market driven philosophy concern. They have shaken the foundation of PSU. Do you agree? Okay, so there are two parts, market driven and this foundation of PSU. Shaken the foundation, main is this thing only. Okay, मेन जो पार्ट है वो ये है कि शेकन फाउंडेशन हुई है या नहीं हुई है. ओके, सो एस्पिरेंट्स क्या गलती करेंगे? the people will focus more on this market driven philosophy, and they will elaborate this driven philosophy without going into this thing that whether it is shaken or not, because here you have the risk, you have people, मतलब आपको रिस्क लगेगा कि यार शेकन हुआ कि नहीं हुआ. सो this requires some analytical points. Okay, I hope you are getting. So first of all, introduction. In introduction you can simply talk about this thing that this public sector undertakings are basically going through this market driven profitability concern because of, जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन रिसेंटली वी हैव द थिंग्स अमिड COVID-19, सो यू कैन से PSUs हैज़ अंडरगॉन दिस मार्केट ड्रिवन फिलोसफी कंसर्न अमिड new ideas like new public management and ideas of the thinkers like Peter Drucker. So you can link this Peter Drucker, new public management or public choice approach, or let's say this idea of neo-Taylorism. So you can use those keywords in the introduction itself. Okay, तो क्या हो जाएगा? Linking हो जाएगी. In this way you will be in the position to link this current affair, this PSU which is the paper 2 thing, you can link that thing with the paper 1 by using this thing. और अंडरलाइन कर देना दैट ओके, एनपीएम के नीचे अंडरलाइन कर देना, पीटर ड्रकर के नीचे अंडरलाइन कर देना. ठीक है, दिस इज इंट्रोडक्शन, सिंपल, 3-4 लाइन में काम खत्म. देन 3-4 लाइन, 2-3 लाइन जो भी है. देन बॉडी. इन बॉडी यू हैव 2 कंपोनेंट्स. बॉडी के अंदर 2 कंपोनेंट है. पहला कंपोनेंट है मार्केट ड्रिवन प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी कंसर्न. सो यू हैव टू प्रूव दिस थिंग कि मार्केट ड्रिवन प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी कंसर्न कैसे है. ओके, सो मार्केट ड्रिवन प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी कंसर्न कैसे प्रूव करोगे? यू कैन सिंपली या तो उसके बारे में पॉइंट लिखो, either you can write the points, or you can simply write market driven philosophy and you can use this kind of flow chart. जैसा flow chart ये लिखा हुआ है ना अप्रोच के नीचे 3 लाइन करके, ऐसे ही you can make the flow charts and you can talk about कि market driven philosophy कहाँ से आई. तो market driven philosophy में you can talk about new public management. new public management के अंदर क्या होता है, किसके पिलर पे बेस्ड है? neo-Taylorism, and इधर you will get public choice approach. Okay, and then you can talk about other things like OECD managerialism or something like that. Peter Drucker you can talk about. Okay, so these are the things. Similarly, the Taylor was talking about the exceptional management. So you can use the things like this कि market driven philosophy concern कहाँ से आया. Okay, then have shaken the foundation of public. So this is the second body part where you have to analyze this point, that whether it has shaken the foundation of PSUs or not. So you can write in the favor, in some points you can write in the favor that okay, it is changing the kind of foundation of PSUs because PSUs are based on फ्योल्स आइडिया. हेनरी फ्योल के आइडिया पे पीएसयू बेस्ड होते थे. क्यों? क्योंकि हेनरी फ्योल के 14 प्रिंसिपल्स इफ यू रीड यू विल फाइंड दिस आइडिया ऑफ स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ टेन्योर. दिस इज द आइडिया ऑफ हेनरी फ्योल मैनेजमेंट. तो अर्लियर इट यूज टू मीन्स हाउ कैन यू से दैट इट हैज शेकन द फाउंडेशन. सो अर्लियर पहले क्या होता था और इस पूरे मार्केट ड्रिवन की वजह से क्या हुआ. सो यू हैव टू डिफ्रेंशिएट. आप एक टेबल भी बना सकते हो, नहीं तो पॉइंट्स में लिख सकते हो. यहाँ पे मैं आपको बताने के लिए टेबल बता देता हूँ. देखो फ्योल पहले बोलते थे, फ्योल का आइडिया पहले चलता था स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ टेन्योर, लेकिन फिर क्या चल गया टेलर का आइडिया हायरिंग और फायरिंग. ठीक है, दिस इज द क्रक्स दैट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर, है ना, कि ऐसे चेंज हुआ. पहले मार्केट ड्रिवन या पहले क्या था, पहले इट वाज कंट्रोल्ड इकोनॉमी, बट आफ्टर दिस प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी कंसर्न यू विल गेट द आइडिया ऑफ मार्केट इकोनॉमी. आई होप यू आर गेटिंग this thing as well. So this is the second point. Apart from that, earlier there was full government control, but now you will get the idea of you can say this disinvestment. Okay, very simple idea. Apart from that, earlier there used to be the idea of liberal budgetary support, but nowadays you will get the withdrawal of support ही खींच लिया जाता है. Earlier there used to be the idea of limited autonomy, but today we have more autonomy. Earlier there was the departmental board, but today we have the independent boards. Okay, apart from that, earlier these PSUs were employment generator. Employment एक PSUs को कहा जाता था that they are प्रीसीडेंट सेटर्स हैं. जैसे एक ट्रेंड सेटर नहीं होता है कि वो जो बियर्ड वाला ट्रेंड सेट किसने किया, विराट कोहली ने, है ना, बियर्ड वगैरह का. तो ऐसे ही एक ट्रेंड सेटर, तो ऐसे ही कहा जाता था पीएसयू उसको प्रीसीडेंट सेटर, कि पीएसयू अगर एनटीपीसी कुछ काम कर रही तो एक प्रीसीडेंट सेट करती थी प्राइवेट जो पब्लिक सेक्टर है. तो एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेटर की तरह भी रहता था. ऐसा नहीं था कि सिर्फ पीएसयू का काम डेवलपमेंट. पीएसयूज वर नॉट ओनली रेस्ट्रिक्टेड विद द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज, बट एट द सेम टाइम they used to focus on this idea of social justice, जहाँ पे रिजर्वेशन हो रहा है, लोग आ रहे हैं और something like that. But today employment generation changed to this idea of मैन पावर रेशनलाइजेशन. पहले क्या था, एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन था, लेकिन अब आइडिया है मैन पावर रेशनलाइजेशन, कि रेशनलाइज करो. ओके, रेशनलाइज करो बेसिकली मीन्स दैट अगर 100 लोगों से काम करवा रहे हो, अगर 50 लोगों से उतना काम हो रहा है तो 50 को वहाँ से एलिमिनेट कर दो, है ना. सो दैट थिंग इज़ देयर. तो मैं जो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्रोडक्टिविटी और वो सब चीज़ें, तो मैन पावर रेशनलाइजेशन का कॉन्सेप्ट चल रहा है, इसीलिए वैकेंसीज नहीं आ रही हैं. ओके, आई होप यू आर गेटिंग. सो दीज आर द कंसर्न्स. ऐसे कह सकते हो कि हाँ शेक तो हुआ है फाउंडेशन, हाँ हुआ है, ऐसे करके एक पॉइंट ये लिख सकते हो इसके बारे में. लेकिन एट द एंड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन यू कैन अल्टीमेटली से कि फाउंडेशन इज समथिंग दैट वी कैन नॉट से फाउंडेशन इज शेकन, क्योंकि पिछले आंसर में जो मैंने पॉइंट्स बताए थे ना, that PSUs are still important, PSUs are still functioning. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल रिसेंटली इफ़ यू आर फॉलोइंग द पबेट पीडिया करंट अफेयर मैगजीन, उसमें भी मैंने एक कवर किया था टॉपिक कि एनटीपीसी को बेस्ट एम्प्लॉय का अवार्ड वगैरह से वहाँ पे दिया गया. तो यू कैन यूज़ दोज थिंग्स. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट वॉट एवर वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इन द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन, एट द एंड ऑफ द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन जो हमने डिस्कशन किया था, लाइक EESL और लाइक PSBs जो हैं, बैंक्स वर देयर, लाइक रूरल development में PSUs are playing an important role. BSNL is something that means for the social justice they are doing the things, for social change they are doing the things. Okay, social change is the idea of new public administration. You can link as well. So इस तरीके से आप ultimately कह सकते हो कि नहीं, देयर फाउंडेशन, जो अल्टीमेट फाउंडेशन है वो इम्पॉर्टेंट, मतलब कुछ चेंज आया है जो हमने यहाँ से देखा, लेकिन अल्टीमेटली PSUs आर समथिंग दैट आर वर्किंग लाइक गवर्नमेंट। जैसे गवर्नमेंट जो आपका डेवलपमेंट वेलफेयर ये सब करती है, ऐसे PSUs भी करते हैं। सो अल्टीमेटली दिस इज़ द थिंग दैट यू कैन से दैट फाउंडेशन जो है वो अभी भी है, और बट एट द सेम टाइम प्राइवेटाइजेशन जो है वो हो रहा है, और प्राइवेटाइजेशन जहाँ इनएफिशिएंसी है वहाँ होता रहना चाहिए। इन दिस वे यू कैन write the things, okay, and then you can conclude by writing this thing that privatization is something that is not the panacea, that it is not the silver bullet, but we have to do the things, we have to do the privatization wherever inefficiency is there and problems are there. तो इस तरीके से you can analyze this portion of the answer, right answer as well, okay. Our next question is contracting out task without effective accountability mechanism can be counterproductive for the effective service delivery command. So basically this was a question of 2018 again, and it is talking about the idea of contracting out, and it is saying that without effective accountability it will become counterproductive of effective service delivery, okay. So accountability directly proportional to service delivery. So if it is not effective, accountability is not effective, service delivery will not be affected. This is something that may be the crux of this answer that you can say, okay. So now comment is there. So comment basically means you are free to analyze it, and you have to give your value judgment, and you can use the extreme statements and extreme keywords in your answers as well, and at the end you can give the conclusion accordingly, okay. So first of all, introduction. So when it comes to the introduction of this question, contracting out is something on which you can throw some light. Contracting out is nothing but it is the you can say the kind of thing, that the kind of contract that is belonging to again NPM philosophy itself, okay. So it talks about that thing only, means contracting out means the kind of giving the contract to the external agency or the managers per se, you can say from administrator to manager. So this kind of phenomena is there. You can link it with the new public management, you can talk about Peter Drucker, you can talk about public choice approach, you can talk about neo-Taylorism. In this way you can start your introduction, contracting out definition with the linking with these thinkers, okay. Then comes the body part. So here you have to analyze accountability, okay, that without effective accountability it is counterproductive to effective service delivery. So what you have to understand, you have to analyze this thing, that how accountability and service delivery are related to each other. So basically accountability, if effective accountability is not there in this contracting out, then what will happen is that, let's say there is a contract and accountability is not there, then there will be the default accountability, okay. So for example, in the economic survey there was the idea of this default bias. जैसे क्या होता है कि अगर किसी फॉर्म में अगर पहले से यहाँ ऐसे टिक लगा हुआ है कि मान लो रेलवे टिकट बुक कर रहे हो, पहले से इंश्योरेंस में यस पे टिक लगा है, तो यू विल गो विद यस इटसेल्फ. अगर नो पहले से लगा है एंड यू हैव टू डू यस, तो you will go with no itself because of this default bias in the human beings. Similarly, उसी pattern पर you have to understand that if effective accountability is not there, then there will be an idea called default accountability. By default, there are certain accountability characteristic of NPM. There are some accountability characteristic of public choice approach. There are some accountability characteristic of contracting out. तो जब प्राइवेटाइजेशन में जब इफेक्टिव अकाउंटेबिलिटी की बात नहीं होगी, तो यहाँ डिफॉल्ट अकाउंटेबिलिटी पिक्चर में आ जाएगा. एंड दैट डिफॉल्ट अकाउंटेबिलिटी, इफ यू रेफर टू मोहित भट्टाचार्य, इट सेज दैट अकाउंटेबिलिटी टू व्हाट, whom and how, that will be changed, okay. For example, accountability for what, that what perspective will change because of this contracting out. अगर contracting out ना हुआ होता, just imagine a table again, कि कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग आउट ना हुआ होता, इफ देयर इज नो कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग आउट, देन व्हेन इट कम्स टू अकाउंटेबिलिटी फॉर व्हाट, तो वहाँ पे आंसर होता है अकाउंटेबिलिटी फॉर जस्टिस. देयर यू विल गेट द आंसर अकाउंटेबिलिटी फॉर लिबर्टी, इक्वालिटी, फ्रेटर्निटी. Okay, so these were the criterias of accountability when it comes to the normal public sector. But because of contracting out, because of lack of effective accountability, you will not get these idea of liberty, justice, equality, fraternity, but you will get the idea of this profit maximization, you will get the idea of exploitation, you will get the idea of rent seeking, corruption. So these will be the idea when it comes to the lack of effective accountability. And obviously if corruption is there, if self interest is there, if profit maximization is there, then automatically service delivery will not be affected. ठीक है, क्योंकि profit motive आ जाएगा. कोरोना pandemic, just imagine accountability, if accountability is not there from the hospitals, means if hospitals are not accountable, then service delivery will not be effective. I hope you are getting this thing. Apart from that, second point, accountability to who. Okay, so earlier in the public sector domain, accountability to who, answer will be the accountability to citizen, the people, means accountability to citizen, means the different agencies ultimately they are accountable to citizen. In between you will get the parliament or other institution, but ultimately we the people of India have the sovereign power. So basically accountability to who, so answer will be citizen. But when it comes to this ideology, when it comes to the idea of this contracting out or NPM, accountability will be to customers, not humans or not citizens. यहाँ पे accountability citizen fill करोगे, यहाँ करोगे customers. So when it comes to customers, so again profit motive, other things are there, so accountability will be changed. So this is there. And apart from that, accountability, how accountability. Okay, again, so earlier it used to follow the procedures and it used to follow the principles of a rule of law, reservation, all those things were there, social justice was there. But now means earlier means were important. Okay, so that thing is there. But now in the contracting out phenomena, the end is important. In the contracting out phenomena, some market principles are there which are important, like profit motive is important and other things are important. So how accountability, how to get that accountability? So again, so I hope you are getting, ultimately the crux is कि accountability to what, मीन्स अकाउंटेबिलिटी फॉर व्हाट. तो यहाँ पे जो आइडियाज़ थे, जो क्रक्स था उसका, वो लिबर्टी, इक्वलिटी, फ्रेटर्निटी ना होकर अब हो जाएगा अकाउंटेबिलिटी फॉर profit maximization, for rent seeking behavior, for corruption or something like that. Means जो accountability के principle हैं वो change हो जाएंगे. Accountability for who, so earlier who was citizen, but after contracting out, who will become this customer itself. Okay, and then comes the other idea called accountability, how accountability. So I told you that thing as well. So in this way you can analyze accountability, and apart from that there are some other perspective. Here you have to link this PSU unit with your accountability and control portion of the syllabus. Okay, so I hope you are getting these points. You can add some more points, and then in the conclusion itself you can basically talk about this thing, that accountability means you can conclude that accountability is important and accountability should be there, and you can give examples like different you can say tools are being used to bring this accountability in the system. Like you will get the idea of these you can say charters are there, audit is there. Okay, so different you can say things are there, and in this way you will be able to conclude your answer. I hope you are getting, and basically you have to link accountability chapter with the PSU chapter, and it is more generic concept and it is more you can say generic and general question, because PSU is not given directly, but yes, service delivery, and again you can link it with the PSU. So these are the questions of 2018 and 2019. and I hope this series is helping you, and I hope you are getting some sort of value enrichment with this series. If you are liking this work, if you want me to continue this series in the parallel manner along with the linking pin series, or along with the GS current affairs and GS PT 365 of environment, if you want me to continue this series, then please like the video and comment in the comment section regarding the future of this specific series. And apart from that, you can also subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you can also join the Telegram group for the PDF or the other kind of inputs from my end. This is it, and I am signing off now, and have a nice day. Bye bye and take care.